Hello people of the internet, today we are here to ask the question, Octavia.
Yeah. What is it good for?
Indeed, what is the Warframe Octavia good for? To answer this, we will take a look at its abilities inside the simulacrum and then take it out into the live environment to see it in action. After that, we will look into how to acquire this Warframe, which could be a little lengthy, so let's get to it. Octavia has a unique passive which grants Octavia and nearby allies an inspiration buff that generates 1 energy per second for 30 seconds on ability cast. This means that you and your allies will gain 30 energy over 30 seconds whenever Octavia uses an ability, which we will be doing a lot. Octavia's first main ability is Mallet, rhythmically beats damage into nearby enemies and draws their fire. Damage inflicted on the mallet increases its lethality. As the tooltip states, this ability can draw enemies' attention and their fire, which then amplifies the damage output of the mallet, making it stronger the longer it is under attack. Most enemies will still rather go for Octavia if they see the Warframe instead, but luckily there are more abilities to combat that. Octavia's second ability is Resonator. Launches a rollerball that charms foes to follow it. Combines with the mallet to create a roving ball of sonic destruction. So as I just stated, this ability can really help draw the enemies away from Octavia and onto the mallet instead. This obviously increases the mallet's damage output, making that stronger, and therefore the enemies will be destroyed fairly quickly with this combo. The Resonator can sometimes wander off in the wrong direction, which can be a little annoying at times, but for the most part it will be attracted by the enemies around it. Octavia's third ability is Metronome, grants buffs to those who consistently perform actions in time to Octavia's music. Time jumps offer the Vivace speed buff, crouching on the beat grants cloaking with the Nocturne buff, firing rhythmically bestows Opera multi-shot buff, timed melee swings give the Forte damage buff. Metronome relies heavily on Octavia's Mandracord. This is a cosmetic addition to Octavia that you can find in the appearance section on this Warframe. In the appearance section you should notice a Mandracord option in the lower right of the screen. As I am recording this on the Xbox, the option to open the Mandracord layout for me is to press the right trigger. In here you can play around with the tune that the Mandracord plays. There are some great songs that you can copy online, and you can also ask players to share their songs in chat in the game if you hear one you like on another Octavia. The main thing to try and do though is to create a song that you can press your buttons in time to, as this will allow you to gain your buffs easier, if you can time your button presses to the beat as I will show here. I am using the default song that you may have gotten used to by the time you have Octavia, as you will hear it a lot while doing the quest, which we will get to later. I did plug some holes in the tune to make it a little easier for me, hoping that I can just mash the crouch button to get the cloak buff as shown here. It seems to work for now, but not all the time. The jumping and firing buffs will generally come the more you move around and shoot, especially when combined with the final ability, which we'll take a look at now. Octavia's fourth ability is Amp, draws power from the decibel level of sound in the area and uses it to amplify a damage buff for Octavia and her allies. It also doubles the damage and range of nearby mallets. As the tooltip stated, this ability grants a damage buff to Octavia, her allies and her mallet ability. What it does not state is that it also increases your chances of landing the buffs from the Metronome ability too. As you can see here, when I first cast the ability it does not seem to do much, however once I have activated Metronome it starts to beat in time with the music. This indicates the ability starting to buff Octavia. Now if I crouch a few times I will become cloaked, and once I start shooting the enemies they will die very quickly. Now that we have seen what Octavia can do, let's see it in action in the live environment. Octavia is great for any group content, buffing the whole group and allowing everyone to cloak and have increased damage and speed. However, Octavia is also great solo in a survival mission for instance. You can simply throw down the mallet, amp up the damage and cloak. This will allow the mallet to destroy anything that comes near it, allowing you to just run around and collect the life support if you wish. You can also join in the fight too, but there really is no need. You can just concentrate on keeping the abilities up and collecting life support if you like. This even holds true in the very high level content, so bear that in mind when considering which frame to take for some long endurance missions. As you can see, Octavia has a lot going for it, so now you may be wondering how to get your hands on this Warframe. To start you need to pick up the quest Octavia's Anthem from Cephalon Suda in any relay. You will need to have completed the star chart through Uranus and completed a number of story quests before this will appear. If Cephalon Suda does not have a quest for you when you speak to it, then continue your regular missions and check back often until it does. This quest will have you build the Mandicord while figuring out what's up with Cephalon Suda. Once that is done, you will have the main blueprint, so now you will need to find the part blueprints. You can start collecting these by heading on over to the Crossfire Exterminate mission on Lua. This node is called Plateau. If you have not yet unlocked Lua, again continue progressing through the star chart and completing the quest you are granted until you do. Once you are able to enter this mission, look out for the hidden caches in the area. They will look like any other cache here, except they will be glowing white instead of red or green. When you find one, open it up and continue the mission. There are 3 caches to find in each run, however the Octavia system's blueprint will only ever be in the first one you find, so finding just one and clearing the mission will be enough. Hopefully then on extraction you will be granted the blueprint as I was here. If not, just repeat the mission until it drops. While running the mission you should also keep a lookout for the Ascension halls, especially one that looks like this. This hall requires you to memorise a pattern of nodes that light up and jump on them in the same order, kind of like the light memory game Simon. If you do this in the correct order, the music will play again and you will hear something open up above you. Simply jump up above the machine to find a lonely container. Open this to receive the Octavia chassis blueprint. Finally, in order to get the Nur Optics, you must be able to enter the Orokin Derelict Survival mission. To do this, you must purchase the Orokin Derelict Survival Key blueprint from the marketplace and craft one. This is a reusable blueprint, so you can keep crafting them as many times as you need once you have the blueprint. Once you have a key, you can head on in. This is a regular survival type mission against the infested. The blueprint we require, however, only drops in rotation C of this mission, which means you must stay here for 20 minutes. 5 and 10 minutes grant rotation A rewards, 15 minutes grant a reward from rotation B, and 20 minutes grants a reward from rotation C. So as you can see, after 20 minutes you have a 22.5% chance to get the Nur Optics blueprint. Once you have all of the blueprints in hand, you can head on over to the foundry to craft this Warframe. It may be a long road, but once it has been walked, the Warframe is yours to keep, so it is worth doing. So there we have it. We have taken a look at Octavia and what it is good for. If you found this content helpful or entertaining, please help out the channel by clicking the like button. If you would like me to create another video like this for any other Warframe I have not yet covered, then let me know down in the comments below and I will do my best to accommodate. Please consider clicking the subscribe button and notification bell to be notified when the next video arrives. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you again next time.